Morning guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to Singapore. Oh my days, look at this. Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
This is crazy. Getting our toiletries delivered by a robot. Give him a tap, give him a stroke.
5-star. We love that.
That is so cool. Does he go now? Is he going?
Yeah.
See you later. Only in Singapore. How cool was that though? Now toiletries delivered by a robot. Like I said, only you're gonna get that in Singapore. We arrived from Kuala Lumpur yesterday. We went and checked out Chinatown here. We didn't think too much of it, so I wouldn't highly recommend it. We checked out Orchard Street. If you're into shopping, definitely go there. There's 10 shopping malls on one road. But we are currently just walking through this morning because it's a public holiday, everyone's off. But how is this Southeast Asia? It looks completely different. It reminds me a little bit of Sydney. We're walking around, everyone's off having food in the coffee shops, and we're going down to Clarke Quay, which is where they've got all the restaurants and bars. And after about a 5-minute walk, we have made it to Clarke Quay. It's a little bit quiet at the moment. It gets a lot busier at night. I can assure you that after last night, I am very, very rough this morning. One too many Singapore slingers. If you don't know what it is, look it up and try it when you come here. It will definitely give you a headache in the morning. But this is lovely. This place here, the walk from Robinson to Clarke Quay, highly recommend it. And along here is great. You've got all of this, bars, restaurants, even nightclubs, and then on the front again you have a load of bars and restaurants along the river. It also has really nice multicolored buildings, so if you want to get a nice photo, come to Clarke Quay, have a couple of drinks, get a nice photo. But we are walking down to what most people come to Singapore for when they are traveling, and that is the Marina Bay Sands area and Gardens by the Bay. You can get the metro line or Grab does operate here and is reasonably cheap, but the weather's really nice, so we're going to opt for the 30-minute walk.
So about 15 minutes into our walk, we've just decided to stop off at Boat Quay. It's just along the river, more bars, more restaurants. It's just perfect really around here. But as we were walking through, we realised that we'd never seen so much greenery around. It's just trees galore, and they keep everything so clean. There's hardly any cars on the road, there's no traffic. The government highly tax you if you do have a vehicle of any type, so car, lorry, I think even motorbikes. So they encourage everyone to use normal transport, like public transport, or walk, or ride their sort of bicycles, which we think is a really good idea. They also have really high penalties if you litter, so therefore everything is much, much cleaner over here.
As you can see, we have made it to Merlion Park, and it is very, very busy. I think it's always busy here. You've got to wait to get a good photo, but it actually represents something that's quite cool. So you've got the body of it, which represents its humble beginnings as a fishing village in Singapore, and the head of the lion actually represents Singapore's original name of Singapura, or Lion City. Forward, forward, back, back, head up and open. And that is how you get the perfect photo. Directly across from the Merlion, you've got the famous Marina Bay Sands Hotel. It's got a really famous infinity pool on the top, but unfortunately you can't access that. It's only for hotel guests, but they do have a sky deck that you can visit to get 360 views of the Singapore skyline. And as you can see, even here, it is really, really busy. So we've sort of like jumped up on a pillar to get a photo, because it is packed here. Try and get it early maybe, or maybe a little bit late. We're actually going to walk around the corner from here and check out the F1 racing track. So we've made it onto the F1 track. It's sort of like directly across from the Merlion Park. We're currently next to where the main stand goes, and what a location for a race. I didn't realise it's here. It's literally right next to the bay. It is crazy. We're going to try and walk up and find the pit lane, because I think about half of it is still left open for you to access. The rest of it is blocked off, I believe. So we're going to try and find the pit lane and the starting position. Literally no one here.
There's literally no one here, but as you're walking along you can see the markings on the floor where they pull up, and then obviously out of the sort of shutter bit here they come out, they change the tyre, and then you can see all the skid marks in the floor where they just go. It's unreal. You would never think that you could just walk around something like this. It's crazy.
It's mad. I'm now literally on pole position. Like, you've got all the places behind me, so Lewis Hamilton would normally be here in his car. It's crazy that they keep this open, and Singapore is like an amazing Grand Prix. They closed part of the road for it, and it's actually the only nighttime Grand Prix out of all the ones within the season. Retreat back to the pits to get the wet tyres on, because the rain has come. It is pouring down, but
oh my god, it's so good though, isn't it?
It's crazy. It is incredible. Come next to the Singapore Flyer. Walk around from there, and then you'll get to the pits and all this bit. And I don't think many people know it's here.
I was just about to say, you'll find that no one actually comes around this way, probably because it's a little bit far. Once you've walked around the main bit, you're kind of like, oh, I've seen it now. But if you do carry on walking around, this bit's much better.
Yeah.
Still, we're on our own.
It's
There's
still
no
just
else.
us walking in the pits of the Singapore Grand Prix. It is crazy. But it's raining, so we are going to get inside and go to the gardens of the bay and check out the flower garden and the cloud forest.
Gardens by the bay, and we're just currently behind the flower dome. I think we're going to go into the flower dome first.
Yeah.
Doesn't look as busy.
Doesn't look as busy, and then do the cloud forest. We booked our tickets online. I think you have to book both of them together. I found nothing singly unless you're a Singaporean resident. If you're a Singaporean resident, you can book one or the other, and you get a big discount. But we got both of them for about 28 Singaporean dollars, so about £17. And we're in, as you can see, there's a lot of flowers, as the name suggests. This is actually the largest greenhouse in the world and has won the Guinness Book of World Records, I think 3 or 4 years on the trot, for being the biggest indoor greenhouse. It's pretty cool, but I would say if you've seen a greenhouse or a botanical garden, it is pretty similar. We're definitely more excited to go and check out the cloud garden next. And we're in, we have made it to the cloud forest and what was the highest indoor waterfall in the world. I think the highest one you will see in a couple of days at a very exciting airport. It's crazy, isn't it? It is so cool.
Like I didn't think I was going to get soaking wet again.
It flies out at you when you're trying to get a picture.
But it's so busy, isn't it?
It is packed.
Really packed.
I think there's a 20-minute wait for the lift to go to the top. Apparently the views from up there are incredible.
The lift was actually really quick, it was about 5 minutes, but we are super high up. I don't know if you can see, it is so high up here. We just want to get to the main attraction though.
So we are directly under the top of the waterfall now. The view is incredible. The Lost World above us is amazing. It makes it all worth it. The two domes, the Lost World and the waterfall, are definitely the two centerpieces and the things that you want to see. I think we're going to head out of here now. And we're going to go and check out Haji Lane, which is meant to be really, really good for shopping. So we've made it to Haji Lane, about a 5-minute taxi journey. It was really, really cheap. Really quirky down here. It's cool. It's got loads of like little coffee shops, bars, restaurants, lots of graffiti, stuff like that. But the prices are really expensive. A lot of the bars and that double the price of anywhere else you can get it in Singapore. It's more of a spot. Yeah. Come here, maybe get yourself a selfie coffee because they do that. Get your Instagram post and go. So I think that's literally what we're going to do now. We're going to go back to the hotel and chill out for a bit.
Now, as you can see, I am in the middle of getting ready and we're going back to Gardens by the Bay tonight and we're going to see the Super Tree Grove as they've got a light show. So we're going up the Skyway so we can overlook the super trees and see them all light up tonight.
And we are in our grab. I think it takes about 10 minutes to get down back to the Gardens of the Bay. Once we're there, you have to get your ticket. You have to buy your ticket at the time and you have to go in straight away. You can't book in advance. When you buy your ticket, you have to go in. But at night and during the light show and being a public holiday today, we expect it to be very, very busy.
So we've made it. Grab was really quick. It only actually took about 10 minutes and it was really cheap. But we'd like to just say, Grab is so accessible out here. Compared to Malaysia, you can get them in minutes. They're everywhere. They're cheap. They're effective, and we're really happy with it.
So we've got our tickets. They are 8 Singaporean dollars each, so about £5 English per person. Once you're up there, you get around 15 minutes. Our time slot is 7 and you've got to get in the queue, so we should be up there by 20 past 7, something like that. Sunset today is about 10 past 7, so we'll be up there when it is dark and lights turn on at 7:15 at this time of the year. As we have been recommended that the best time to come is at night because they look a lot more impressive when they're all lit up, and then hopefully we'll probably be up there for the light show. If not, there is another light show at 8:45, so we can witness it from up there and down below. And we are up. Our time slot was between 7 and 7:20. People say about long queues, but we were up by 7:20 to wait for the lights to turn up at 7:15. And look at it, this place is insane. All the lights are on, the light show is starting soon. I'm lost for words, it's incredible. So this place is incredible. There's 18 in total and the skywalk is at 22 meters high. So if you're afraid of heights, just go for it because it is amazing. You get 15 minutes up here, as I've said before. We're taking our time, we're trying to hide, but we're gonna make sure we get back down for the light show because apparently it looks a lot better down there than up here.
Seriously though, look at this view. It's unreal.
And just look at that Singapore skyline. Got Marina Bay Sands, got the central business district. It is incredible. And we are back down. How amazing was that? Sorry, we got to use the flashlight because it is so dark because the light show is about to start.
So excited to see it.
We are so excited. So we're going to leave you with that. We hope you've enjoyed the video and we've shown you some cool things to do within the day in Singapore. Tomorrow's video is very exciting because we are trying something a little bit different that I don't think many people actually know about or do in Singapore.
So make sure you watch that.
Yeah, so make sure you watch that. Make sure you subscribe. Drop us a like.
And keep on dabbling.